Just like the sunrise, you know that we're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up, babe. Tonight, we're gonna light it up. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna light it up.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town.
And I do believe we are live. Watch my new vid. Hoppy, you're making video? Brother put a what's it called? A link to his YouTube channel. Thank God we do not have it up on stream. We do not advertise here. Technically, we advertise ourselves multiple times, but I don't think I've properly done a proper introduction in a while. So welcome back to the, what's it called? The MAAC Overwatch. It's no longer Overwatch 2. Oh, okay. It's already, my brain is already messy. Overwatch regular season of the MAAC 2025-2026, yada yada yada. We got Rider University versus QUINNIPIAC, and let me just bring us, you already know my voice, but and at this point in time, you guys already know my co-cast at this point, so none other than Firewolf,
Yeah.
of course. Wait, let me check my phone real quick. Yeah, let me put this thing away. Okay. Let me bring out the microphone. Okay. As things change, Overwatch has changed, I've changed. I assume you all realize I've changed by now. If you haven't realized that this is a new model, I'm gonna scream. But anyway, Rider University, QUINNIPIAC, Ranger, and Firewolf on the cast. What's new?
Howdy. What is new? Long time no see.
Well, you tell me what's new, because we're like before all of Riders into the lobby just yet. Tell me what we see over there on the side of QUINNIPIAC. Tell me what's new and developing over there. You already knew. I'm clearly seeing it now. But yeah.
Yeah, so Bob Ross is back for a match. He is here to fill in the wonderful shoes for Vic, who unfortunately could not be with us this evening. And Bob Ross isn't like, he's still on the team, but I think he's more of like an emergency sub nowadays. I do still see him on Overwatch here and there, so he has been playing. But he's just not prioritizing Overwatch as much as he used to. So it'll be interesting to see how he gels in with the squad. Because as far as I'm aware, I don't think he's been practicing with them. I don't think so. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he gels in.
Would it be wrong for me to say that the remaining team that he has definitely played with is currently only Mango Shark at this point in time? He is.
Yes. Yeah.
That is the only player he has experience with, and that is coming from last season. Not even last semester. We're talking a year ago. We saw Bob Ross absolutely light up the feed on that DPS position. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see his return. Not that his skills have gone rusty. Well, we will judge that, and I will comment on it, because I do have fond memories of this guy absolutely running it down on Rider University. That one map of push New Queen Street, Jesus Christ, that was absolutely fast. It was crazy. Like, I mean, no disrespect to Ryder, but they kind of absolutely got ran over last year on that map.
No. Oh no.
But yeah. But anyway, we're still waiting on who were those. I'm pretty sure.
I
think those were some Cork friends that hopped in, but I think they have been booted from the lobby for a brief moment. The I'm a potato name I've seen here and there, so there's there.
I'm a potato. I like that name. I'm a potato.
Yeah, we're all potatoes at the end of the day.
I really like them. I actually really like that name. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Rider University. Let's just talk briefly about these teams coming into this semester. Quinnipiac solidifying their spot at 3rd place last semester. Absolutely. I think was it a 5-game series against Marist?
No, I think. Wait, for QU?
Yeah, for QU.
I believe they won 3-1. I think they only lost one map. I'm 99% sure they only lost one map.
So both these teams taking Marist the distance and coming out on top. I'm pretty sure Rider University went to map 5 in a reverse sweep, which
I believe. Yeah,
is
I think
kinda
you're right. Yeah.
interesting. So these teams are going up against each other. Rider University getting the better of Quinnipiac the first time. I do not know the record, or did we even play that game? I'm not even sure anymore. Well, Rider is in 2nd place for a reason, so
From what I remember, I believe Rider 3-0'd QU. I believe Rider 3-0'd QU because I believe QU have not played Mount yet, so I believe QU's only loss right now is to Rider. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they pushed off that that game for now.
Yeah. So they do play Mount twice this semester, so that'll be an interesting miniseries. So,
yeah. Rider University being being the only team, I guess, that has defeated Quinnipiac in prior, but that was kind of a different team. There was no opposition on the side of Rider, known as the Wi-Fi for Corked. But we are going to be seeing a change up in lineups for Rider coming into this game against QU. We've seen it for the rest of this season so far, or semester so far, so like nothing new on that front. However, Bob Rosh and the chunky change lineup pick Lijiang and ban Ball already. Man, ISO's not even in the lobby and we're already like going on with things, you know. Fair enough. But yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting game to say the least. I will say, in my humble and I guess most critical opinion, I will say it feels like Rider is kind of struggling into this semester, and I know Bob Ross is returning, so that may be the downfall of QU in that regard, but for the rest of the team that is QU, I think they're going to try to run away with this game, and I think this is either going to be a quick 3-0 or a 3-1 in favor of Quinnipiac. I know I come from a Rider bias, but I still have to understand. If you don't understand your own abilities, then, like, you're just egoing at that point. Like, I gotta respect Quinnipiac for what they're putting into absolutely everything into this game. So I think they will win. But Rider, as I always say before, Rider proved me wrong. But go ahead.
Interesting for me is I'm kind of not a complete opposite of you, but since I'm coming from a Quinnipiac background, I do think actually Ross will be tested against ISO, because as we've both seen, ISO's been a menace on Tracer like throughout the entire MAAC season. So I do think that could potentially be one matchup where Rider does have the advantage, because I do believe Bob Ross, I know you said he played Tracer a lot last year, so I imagine he'll probably be perhaps playing Tracer. But as we say that, it looks like there will be a Tracer ban coming in for map 1. So
we won't be seeing Tracer on.
Yeah, never mind, as I was saying.
Dang. We will not be seeing Tracer for Lijiang Tower, but that is going to free up Tracer for the rest of the series. That's one thing I like to acknowledge, is like, even once we get these first bans out, that character is technically free, I would say. I think there's technicality where Rider University is technically able to ban Tracer themselves if they choose to do so, but they have to choose to do so. Quinnipiac cannot ban again Tracer. That's just how it works for some reason, but makes sense. I will say as we are getting ready for Lijiang Tower, these teams want to get things moving. It seems one of the fastest response times, only 7 minutes in, which is good for the first time. But yeah, so
we will be seeing Lijiang again. I believe yesterday we saw. Oh, yeah, it was Busan yesterday, first map. So today will be Lijiang.
Wrong code.
Oh, never mind, wrong code.
What even is the code and what does it do?
Huh.
Why are all the new characters banned, but not the few that we just said to ban?
I'm not sure.
By the way, goofiness aside, we'll let them sort it out. But they
Yeah.
definitely have some wrong bans here. Pulling a Sir Sappy, absolutely not banning the characters that are supposed to be banned.
I think it was one versus I feel like the first 3 maps that we had to restart because the characters weren't banned. That was very funny. Yeah, looks like it happened again.
Yeah, but can
Maybe Star Sappy is
okay.
I know it's a little trend here. Maybe Star Sappy could be the victim. Not the victim, the culprit.
Tracer and Wrecking Ball have been banned. Okay, so we are good this time around. It's kind of interesting. They just used overall the wrong code. There's a new code for NECC rules, so they just needed to put that in. It just was not. But also, for some reason, default, whatever code Corked had on initially did ban all the new characters, even though right off the rip in competitive play these characters were allowed. So I have zero clue what code he was using. Makes no sense.
Yeah. Just the fact characters just happened. Maybe it was like scrim code or something. But even then, I think leagues were allowing the new characters. So, who knows? Anyways, map 1 underway. Currently coming out with Bobber's coming out on the on-run potentially. Would be a little bit of a surprise for me.
I'm a little tilted at
the on-run, obviously very diveable, not diveable, very dive-heavy DPS. So, yeah, I don't know if this is just, I don't know if this is a troll or he's actually gonna go for it, but. And Ryder will be coming out with Cork with his signature.
I'm telling
Jumper
Cork,
Queen.
I'm telling Cork to fix their order next game because I'm tilted that Lunar on the tank is 4th slot.
Oh.
I'm a little annoyed, but it's
Oh
whatever.
my god, that looks so weird.
Anyway,
That looks so weird.
it does. Fast TP for Ryder to get like into position a little sooner than QU, but nobody falls for the side of QU, so it's not like in that ISO, as I say, that Bob Ross on Ron is going to be his hero of choice. Chunky getting kill, ISO getting 2. Right now, ISO just popping off into the backline, and right now, Sogu going to be taken out. And Ryder just going really quick. Bob Ross seemed a little lost, going for that flank initially, and then I think ended up on point. I did not see their death if that's where they died, but I saw them get taken extremely low. Maybe Chunky and or Eve shot him down to like 1 HP, called him out possibly. ISO went for the dive, and that's kind of what opened up everything. So,
You know, great dive from ISO getting, I think maybe 3 or, I want to say 3 or 4 in that fight, but I could be wrong, but ISO cleaning up. I mean, Q looks like he's going to be going in from the white room here. ISO getting taken down early by Lunar.
ISO getting a little aggressive, and Lunar is now going to be the one that's popping off. I tried to switch to Lunar based on my hotkeys, but them not being in tank position 1. Thanks. But yeah, Lunar opening up that fight by either ISO just being a little funny with his positioning, causing him to get caught out, but not sure exactly what happened there. We just saw his death body and heard Genji scream to death, and he is getting dangerously low, but he's going to get healed up. Come back into this fight. 33%.
Yeah, Cork could be... Yeah, I was going to say, Cork is going to actually be at a rampage a lot faster than Lunar here, so that could potentially be a good win comp. But Barbaro's getting taken down early by Cork. He's going to have to... mean Q retreat a little bit, but a boot by Mango Shark gets Evzer off the map. That's a bit unfortunate for Ryder, and Q could maybe hold this point a little bit longer, but Ryder going to have a lot of ults here.
Cork going aggressive. I'm surprised that initially when the Kiriko lost her TP, we are going to hear the ultimate, not a res. Bob Ross is going to be coming in trying to play some hero plays, but the problem is you are going to get yourself caught out. You got 2, but you lost 4, and that's going to be a team kill going over to Ryder University. And as I was trying to say, at the beginning of that fight, after they got 1, they started going for the Kiriko, who then TP'd onto point. But the problem is, like, no no TP. I'm pretty sure Ryder did not aggress as fast as they wanted to try to get her out. But then at that point, Eve did go down, so Ryder played it slow. They looked for their opening, and they got what they wanted. Speaking of the ultimates, it does not matter as Lunar does get his back up in time by the time before Cork even used his, but it's not going to be necessary as the beat comes through and allows for Ryder University to keep on top of this point and not give up anything. Cork's still being restrained with his ultimate, but he's not going to be going down just yet. And he's actually going to be going into the backline. We are just going to be watching Mango Shark. Everybody's just saying jump off the map. We need to reset. 10 seconds will remain with those death timers to get onto this point. Is that going to be enough time? Cork going aggressive, trying to make sure even that's a 4-second timer for Bob Ross to return the point. But by that time, I think it's going to be too late. Cork is going to be going aggressive. The beat is going to come through. And right now, the blade from ISO is going to be trying to make sure nobody can come to the point. And I think it's going to do just that. 97, 98, and 99. ISO cutting down everybody. 3, 2, 1. It don't matter. QUINNIPIAC cannot get through, and Ryder close out the map or the point 100% to 48.
Yeah, no, pretty dominant showing from Ryder. Definitely Hoppy and F-Zero played really well that round. That might have been the best round I've seen them play, like since the two of them have been integrated to the team. That was a really great beat from Hoppy, negating a lot of Lunar's rampage value. And yeah, Ryder looking really good on that first run. And looks like Bob Ross will be switching off the on-run to the Genji. I do like this pick a lot more. I think Genji goes a lot better with the Junker Queen than the on-run does. So yeah, we'll see how it works, I guess.
QUINNIPIAC going fast into the server room, trying to find this team of Ryder University, but QUINNIPIAC trying to go for the map flip, but Cork trying to go aggro into the backline, catch out the stragglers. He gets extremely low, so he needs to double back and get back to his team. He does just that, but he's getting dangerously low, playing his life to the fullest. Hoppy, you're going crazy, damn it! You're not dead yet, but you are dead now. That's the problem. And right now, QUINNIPIAC is now going to just run through with these kills. Omniscient on that Cassie finds 2, but they're going to be looking for more, but Lunar is going to be finding a 3rd. ISO tries to dash out, but the problem is that's a wall, buddy, and Lunar gets the 4th. And Hoppy being the opening kill, I think Hoppy was just a little dancing with death a little too hard there.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage before the engage even started, and by the time the QU engage, I think it was like 1 HP. So yeah, that was just kind of an unfortunate takedown there for Ryder. And Hoppy getting taken down again really early, and
this time by Mango Shark, but Cork is going to be opening up a trade right now. Bob Ross is going to go down. Omniscient's going to get 1, but Lunar's also going to fall. Tank v tank. In the end, Ryder University has their tank. HP pool is going to be in favor of them, and they're just going to be running in and looking to just get these kills and get this point. And Mango Shark stalls just for a couple extra %, allows his team to regroup, but Ryder does cap it with QUINNIPIAC up 36%.
Q up 36%. Nothing immediately on the horizon for us except for the sound barrier, which could be really big for Q. But Cork, yeah.
And as soon as Cork gets popped, the shout is going to come out from Lunar to just say go, 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 and they are going to be pushing onto the point for free for the most part. And Ryder University just needs to disengage and not give up kills. Hoppy not playing with the full awareness of the map. He kind of gets caught out on the left side of the doorway, thinking he was backing up in through it, but stuff happens when you're got a Genji chasing you down, so I'm not necessarily mad about that. It just happens. Even to the best of us who've played thousands and thousands of hours, it does catch him out, so it is what it is. QU up 60%, and now the Kiriko ultimate from the side of Ryder is going to come through to try to open up this fight, but it's going to come countered from the side of, what's it called, from QUINNIPIAC. Let's take him to the wasteland as Lunar is going to be going in. ISO is the only one that's gotten a kill throughout all these ultimates, but the beat is going to come through to enable Ryder to survive a little longer. Eve is actually going to be finding a second one. It's high noon. We are going to be feeding Omniscient with that ultimate to try to just deny Ryder. They only find 1 and some damage, but it's not going to be enough for QUINNIPIAC to hold out this fight just yet. Sogu is going to be the last one on point, and Bob Ross returns, stalling out this point. A 99 would have been good, but they are only going to be coming away with about an 88.
Yeah, I know, about 88% QU after that fight. Ryder gonna have a good amount of ults here, but Mango Shark will have an answer with the sound barrier, but he'll only be able to use it on either the blade or the rampage, so it's kind of pick your poison your looks, unless QU can get some picks early, but here comes the blade.
Bob Ross actually gets the counter kill onto ISO. Time for the Reckoning. The Reckoning is going to come through. It's going to be looking for like about 2 or 3, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for Cork to do much. That bleed is going to keep him alive, and it is going to scare people away. Bob Ross gets 1 in the backline. Cork gets only 1, and right now QU is looking to take point 2 of Lijiang Tower. If only Rider University can get there in time, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. He is able to touch ISO, but is he able to stay alive for a little bit to get this overtime tick? He is going to do just that, but now Rider needs to run. They need to go. Hoppy needs to touch, and he barely gets on just in time. That was so close. Eve is looking to go aggressive in the backline, but his back is turned towards Lunar, and he is going to get the kill. Zom finding Chunky, and right now it's looking dire for Rider University. I think this was a good attempt, but I think this is not going to go anywhere except for the 3rd point of Lijiang Tower. As soon as this kill on Cork comes through, I think we'll be heading there shortly.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to be going to...
3rd point once
what
overtime
is it?
ticks,
Night
so
Market.
Night
Yeah,
Market.
we will be going to Night Market, it looks like, for 2nd round.
Even though it's more like midday market right now.
Or 3rd round. Yeah, yeah, midday market. Yeah, it is midday Lijiang Tower, so yeah. I like the day cycle in Overwatch. It's a great thing that they added. You know, both these teams looking pretty good on the Queen comp. Ryder looking really good the first round. Q looking much better than the first round on the 2nd round. So
I think it was.
Yeah, I guess
the
now we'll
Genji
see.
Play is doing wonders for QUINNIPIAC right now. It's not 100% perfect, as we are seeing Riders still get their wins, but I think it is better than Onron.
Yeah, 100%.
I like Onron personally, but Onron is not working.
Oh yeah.
For people. TP comes out for a Rider. I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention to QU if they TP'd out, but it looks like they met each other at exactly the same time. So I could assume as much. But
Yeah, it looks like QU will be
touching point first.
getting to the point first. Yeah. Ryder. Lunar getting pulled in good knife by Cork.
I think that was more of Lunar's play himself. Like, Cork did not even have a knife in him, I don't think. I think he initially had the knife, pulled him out, and then Lunar just wanted to punish him in the corner, but the problem is it went nowhere. But instead, Lunar's actually going to be getting 2 kills. ISO and who else has fallen? Eve is going to be going down. The DPS lineup for Rider is going to be going down, as right now, retreat for Cork and his fellow supports. The problem is he is going to be going down at the last second, and QU is going to be starting off this 3rd point kind of strong with it in their control. I believe they're going to get around 35% before Rider can even get to the point, but we will see once they regroup and go for this attack.
Yeah, Zomnishan, or I guess you are known. I don't know if you know, but you are known as Zomglazer from a performance earlier on.
Hey,
he will have the
I'm the one that asked that title, but at the same time,
yeah, that's
because he popped
true.
off that one time. But anyway, Rider's going to be to the left side of, like, to the far outside of the point, just trying to look for the kills. Kiriko ultimates are going to come through for both these teams, but Bob Ross is going to be going through and getting a kill onto Hoppy right away. Omniscience is going to be finding ISO as well, and right now Mango Shark is just going to be guiding this team with the speed into this team, speeding, running this game, and looking to team kill them and win this game. QU 60% and ticking, and right now Rider might be getting desperate.
Yeah, it might be potentially last fight for Rider. It depends how long it lasts. But with Queen comps, they usually end really quickly. So there could potentially be another team fight here. But Cork and ISO will be having their ulters, so that's going to be their win coming along with the sound barrier.
Coming out, the High Noon is going to come through for Eve. He is going to get Suzu to allow him to get the kill on Zomnishan. But the problem is there's going to be a blade that gets 2, make it 3. Dash, dash, and the kills are through. There's still time to touch the point one last time if they really want to. But I'm unsure if it's going to matter at this point, as Rider needs to rush. 10 seconds remain, but QU is definitely going to do their best to stop them. ISO just diving to the point with that blade. Let's take him to the wasteland, but the problem is you're going to get wasted too, brother, and you're going to go down and nobody can touch the point in the last 3 seconds, and Rider University is going to give it up. A jetpack cat arrives to the point at the last second, but...
Jetpack cat! Let's go! Honestly, I don't hate the move, because you gotta I guess you gotta bring your team over as fast as you can, right? So... yeah, go for it. And I do believe that was a bit unfortunate for ISO, because I think he had to, I think he Dragon Bladed just to be able to get to the point, so not really able to find much damage done with his ult. And wow, Bob Ross cleaning up on the Genji that fight, even doing a little spray at the end.
Yeah, Bob Ross is going to be going through. He's 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 going to be going through.
You know, clean up.
Kind
Yeah,
of
pretty clean map from Q.
kind of scaring me the first. Oh, I forgot. Oopsies, my hair is not colored. You know, gotta show up to support the homies no matter what. Oopsies.
Yeah.
Forgot to press the button. Anyway, oops.
Well, I just realized, what are you gonna do if it's like, when like Ryder played Maris and Fairfield? Because both colors are gonna be red. So you're just gonna have all red hair.
Marist is a little brighter. Fairfield and Ryder kind of scare me.
Okay.
I gotta make it distinct. Anyway, talk about these teams real quick. Bob Ross actually kind of worrying me at the beginning, kind of making me feel like he was going to be the weakest link and probably the letdown of the series with that on-run play. Yeah, I will be blunt about it, but that switch to Genji kind of just 180 flipped that whole like idea around. Like, I thought this man was washed for a second. He's just not good on the new character. I like, let's keep it a buck. He doesn't play this game. He's not as committed to Overwatch as he used to be, and he's definitely should not be playing the new character. But he's still skilled with the Genji. So good job there. And what's even confusing me more right now is the fact that Lunar came into the first semester being like the Genji player, switched to tank right now, and now Bob Ross is back to that Genji. Put Lunar tank, please. Corked. And they're gonna be banning Wu Yang. Interesting.
They are gonna be banning the Wu Yang, so that will be interesting. Shambali is one of my least favorite maps, I think. I'm not a huge fan of Shambali. Maybe I just suck at it, but it could be. It could genuinely just be a skill issue.
This skill issue.
Yeah. But it's not my personal bread and butter.
I mean, we're Overwatch 1 players. Shambali did not exist. That's our fault. Skill issue.
True.
But it's going to be interesting to see.
True.
I wonder what's now going to be banned from the side of QUINNIPIAC going after Ryder, because really what poses a threat? They banned the Tracer. Tracer is now free. I'm surprised that they are banning the Domina right now, but I'm surprised Ryder did not ban the Cass. Like, if they want to enable the Tracer to be 100% free, but I guess they're gonna have to play it into that. I guess the Wu Yang is a bigger threat. Zomniscient versus ISO at that point in time is gonna be a tough fight for this one, but they could have made it easier. But Zomniscient on Sojourn and or I guess Ash for anything, they'd even what is happening? Thanks, Cork.
I don't know what's. Hey, I will say his Wi-Fi today. I will say the Wi-Fi today has been good. The Wi-Fi today has been good.
It has been good indeed, but Cork just wanting to go real quick. I do think we are in store. Like, if Ryder can effectively continue this trend of like still having moments, I still feel like we can go to a map 4 minimum for this series. But they
definitely.
They really have to do something to like make it happen. They need to figure out like, because they were in such good control of what's called Gardens of Lijiang Tower, and then suddenly they just were absolutely like QUINNIPIAC just ran it back, and like it was weird. It was Ryder, then it was even in my opinion, and then it was all Quinny. So it's kind of a big rip that they lost the even fight essentially to QUINNIPIAC and allowed them to, you know, reverse it. But yeah, so don't know if Bob Ross is really going to be the menace to society that we all believe in, and if society is Ryder, well, yeah, there you go. But Bob Ross opening up on this
is he gonna be playing live? It might just be a pedal shot for the Widow.
Pedal shot for the Widow and then drag him back in.
I'll be very surprised if Are they committing to? Oh, it was just for a pull. Okay.
Yeah, it's just to pull him and then send him out.
But Zomniscient gonna take down early though, because technically they were down 2 while that was happening. So yeah, great. Ryder realized that advantage and punished.
Rider University, we did not take note of it as they were doing it, but Rider University likes to do this thing where they hold extremely close and just play against these walls, wait for the first person to come out and just like gank them essentially. They get that kill onto Zomniscient, and they do it again essentially. They're looking for these kills. It's coming in way later. Zomniscient being the second death of this map, kind of crazy. And now E finds Sogu, and right now they're looking for more. Rider University is just looking for these picks, and right now Lunar is actually going to be staying alive a lot longer than Cork would like, and he's so close to taking him out, but Eve is actually going to be going down. And Lunar got out with his life, and I'm kind of upset about that because I was watching from Cork's POV, but I don't know what was going on with his DPS. But right now, Cork actually playing behind the wall, but as soon as he peeks out, he absolutely gets obliterated. I'm pretty sure like 400 HP gone immediately. Take 2 seconds, and then he was gone after that. And right now, QUINNIPIAC finally open up this point, and now they're free.
Yeah, I will say I do like what Ryder did there, because that's something that we used to see, and we probably still see a lot on maps like Havana, where it's really easy to spawn camp. Your goal, obviously, you're not expecting, like, you know, you're not going to say we're going to full hold them into their spawn. Like, we're not going to allow a meter. You know, I guess the goal with that is to drain as much time as you possibly can. And I don't think Ryder did too bad of a job. You only have 2 minutes to work with here, so if Ryder can win this next fight, you could be in trouble.
Abras trying to get into the backline as best as he can, but ISO is also going to be doing just that with the Tracer, but he is going to be the one that is failing in the situation. Zomniscient getting the better of him. And right now, oop, Eve 0. Eve is going to get pulled in and sent to the moon. Absolutely, sent underground actually instead. Oh Chunky fails the wall climb and gets caught out as well. So Rider University kind of staggering. I don't think there's any hope of them really touching this point except for ISO getting in there. Just a touch briefly, going for the kills. But it's Omniscient with the shot.
Yeah. You know, it's a good cleanup fight from Q. Lunar and some of the players just, you know, going up the hill and securing the last few kills. And here comes a rampage from Cork and a beat from Mango Shark, so it looks like it's an early engage here.
Cork wanted to go quickly, but Mango Shark went even quicker, so he keeps his team alive. And right now the Kitsune is going to be guiding Rider University, but it's not in an ideal position, really. They are just going to be guiding around this corner, and then they're going to have to be going in on their own. Bob Ross in the back line, but the problem is now he's going to be sent to the front lines of his team as he does get sent back to spawn. Right now, Zomniscient alone on the point, wants to go crazy, ignores the Junker Queen that's trying to come through, but he does get taken out before he could take anybody else with him. So, yeah, right now, I think we're still in QU control right now. They just got outpaced in that fight with their ultimates and whatnot. Oh, ISO actually getting the better of Bob Ross. I did not get to see that happen. Sad that I was.
Yeah, I don't see where that happened either. I think that happened off to the left. Yeah, I do see Bob Ross's dead Tracer. So
time for the reckoning as Lunar is going to be going into backline with the Hoppy. B is going to come through and keep his team alive for this fight. Nobody goes down just yet. Eve is looking for the kills, but he ain't going to be finding anybody. The railgun is not going to be in his favor. I'm not going to lie, I'm watching Eve do everything to cancel his reload and not have a primary fire for a little bit. Sogu is going to get the better of Chunky right now, and right now Ryder is going to be behind a little bit in this fight as QU wants to come into this fight and get the better of them. Zomniscient getting spotted out by Cork, but he's not going to get caught out and sent to spawn. Bob Ross is actually going to be doing that for ISO, and right now, Eve is going to be the last target to go down and sent back to spawn officially, as Chunky is kind of in a precarious situation, but he is a Sojourn, or not Sojourn, he is Kiriko with the TP and can get out. I was trying to say like Suzu, but then for some reason, as I'm trying to say a character's name, that transitioned to Sojourn. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, you know.
It was a bit of a
like
mess. Lunar going down though.
Yeah, oh. Yeah, Cork is gonna have a rampage here, but Mango Shark will have a beat. So
I don't think Cork.
Man, I do feel like every time.
Yeah.
If I'm Corked, I don't burn into here. I think I just.
Nah, if I was Corked, I was gonna send that as soon as I peeked around that corner. I saw 4 lined up, ready to go. That was gonna be me, but Cork actually has some restraint. They know they got the kill onto Lunar. They understand that. I won't lie, these upper teams, including I guess like Niagara at this point. Not to like say they're not an upper team, but the problem is like when you look at upper like top 3, top 4, these upper teams like to respect after like one death. They immediately back up and stuff. But Cork understands that QU is going to do just that. So they get the kill on Lunar. Everybody's backing up. If he goes deep, they're going to be fighting around the corner. He's going to have to force himself around the corner, and his team does not have the speed to keep up with him. So he does not pull the trigger, but he is in a good position to do so. Let the Kitsune guide you. But once again, the backing up around the corner, as I just said, Cork does not want to go super aggressive right now, as he might be caught out without his team. So he does not pull the trigger. ISO gets the better of Bob Ross this time around. And yeah, it is looking good. Cork has that rampage to keep himself alive if he needs it after getting pulled in. And Danger Zero, time for the reckoning. It is going to come through. Lunar going for the backline, and he is going to be fighting one. But I think Ryder needs to do something to try to keep himself alive for this fight, but it's not going to happen. And right now, Cork is going to have to be the one to come back with his ultimate and the hero play. ISO also is here, but they really need to go touch. And right now, Bob Ross, Cork just not even hitting anybody with the ultimate.
I don't
just
think
getting to point with it is more than like enough, I guess, at this point for him. But the problem is Omniscient. It's just going to be laying waste to these people from a distance. ISO dancing around, and he's really trying to disrupt this backline. He did a good job, but the problem is he has no front line to touch the point. And QU running in.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate for Cork. I mean, he had to, right? He had to rampage in order to touch a point, so not getting the value that you want from that ult. And Mango Shark did have the beat anyway. I don't even know if he ended up beating at the end there. I think he did. I don't quite remember, but yeah, no, QU got slowed down a little bit on that third point with maybe 1 or 2 team fight wins from Ryder, but they were able to get that cart over the finish line. And now we're going to see Ryder on the attack. I do wonder if QU are going to go for the aggressive hold that Ryder did. But maybe with the Ashe, they might not. I think they might just play on the high ground. But, you know, we'll see.
Probably not going to do the full hold that Ryder likes to do, but to play the high ground. Is Omniscient probably wants to keep those sight lines, so QU gonna definitely opt for these long sightline brawls this time around. Maybe we should watch Zom and see how he performs on this Ashe. Probably gonna be picking off those supports and DPS as fast as they can. ISO is gonna be looking to get into the backline to disrupt, but how much success will he have getting into the backline? Bob Ross and ISO going to be meeting in this corner, and who's going to get the better of who right now? Bob Ross is technically losing his trade, but they both have to TP out. No resources, or even resource trade for that one, but nobody gets caught out, nobody goes down, so nothing becomes of it. And right now, Zom just trying to scare ISO. Ashe is kind of dangerous. One headshot and you're gone. ISO has no HP in a dream, but that dream is going to just be to push this cart right now. They... Like,
yeah, ISO is getting a lot of progress.
QU is afraid. They really want to kill ISO, but they also don't want to open up their backline to the rest of this team that is Reading University. So it's kind of a precarious situation that they were in, but they finally opted. Oh, but ISO actually gets the opening pick. So who's going to be here trying to keep her team alive right now? I'm not sure if it's going to really lead into anything. Suzu has to be burned to keep Lunar alive. And right now I know Ryder is definitely calling it out, and they really want to go. Lunar has no tools to keep himself alive other than that shout. He picks up the health pack to keep himself alive just a little longer. 95 HP, but it got brought up to 375 real quick. Look at that, the health pack, and boom, right now Eve gets pulled in and blasted to oblivion. Ryder keeps pushing the payload, even though they did lose one so far. And right now, they did get the kill. QU really wants to go. They want to forward or progress this, or whatever it is. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? Like, they're trying to. They want
to try to clean up the fight.
Yeah, they're trying to press their advantage in this situation.
Yeah.
And they do just that. They don't get any more kills, but they do successfully push Ryder away.
Yeah, you push Ryder away for the time being. Cork and Luna are they're matching in percentage now when it comes to Rampage. And Mango Shark and Hoppy are pretty close to their sound barriers, so...
Mango Shark already on top of his, actually. Hoppy 10% away, but it's not... I think he's going to get his in time by the time anything major happens. Hoppy getting...
Yeah.
low. So once Lunar pops that ultimate, I do believe Cork is going to get low. I think he really needs HP. He's going to have to shout to keep himself alive, but he is going to be going down. He's going to be shouting in his voice comms about that one. Where's my heals at this point in time? Problem is, they're probably dead as well. Hoppy goes down. Chunky is trying to stay alive. ISO, you have no HP, but you're going to be pushing the point quietly?
Yeah, he got a couple more meters there, so
But I think
I don't know how much it's
I
gonna.
think they've already touched that spot, so I think it's just.
Oh yeah.
I
So
think he's just maintained it a little bit, so it is what it is.
each team will have 4 ults in this next fight, apart from the pulse bomb. So yeah, this next fight could be very chaotic with sound barriers and queen ults and Kitsune rushes going off.
Oh, Kitsune going out in the middle for the side of Rider University, but Bob is going to be joining the fight and making it a 7v6. But the problem is you already lost Chunky. Make it a, but Cork also gets the better, and he's going to be looking in for this time for the reckoning. Sogu is going to be going down, and right now it is Cork and Hoppy in this 1v1 or in this 2v1 with Bob Ross right now. But who's going to get the better of them? Hoppy actually doing some good damage, but Cork is going to be the one that puts the final shot into the head of Bob Ross.
Yeah, no, Rampage coming from Cork, Mango Shark not opting to use the beat there. I think I do like that decision because you were already down some players, and I think he's just planning on saving it for perhaps a fight win right here. Without that Rampage being online, it should be a much easier sound barrier to use, but F-Zero will have an overclock here, so
Bob Ross with the pulse.
could get dangerous.
He does come out kind of early for the side of Quinny to try to just deny almost anything as best as they can, but Ryder also pops their beat to try to do something as well, but I'm not sure what that exactly is, as right now the backline of Ryder University is going to get opened up. 3 kills already. Cork does get Lunar, but the problem is you have nobody there to support you and you need to touch the point. But victory is going to be going to QUINNIPIAC as they do just cut him down. Cork really looked stressed in that moment. He looked back. He had no team. He had to look forward, but there is an entire team there. So what are you supposed to do?
Again, F-Zero, or Eve, I know you want to call it Eve. Yeah, Eve not able to use the OC at the end. That was a little unfortunate because I definitely thought if Q used her sound barrier early, then Eve could have done a lot with that OC, but yeah, I guess Q recognized that there was an OC on the other side and took them out. Potentially. I'm not sure if they were all tracking that, but looked like it because OC got heavily focused, or yeah, Eve got focused pretty early in that fight.
Eve needing to be a little more open with his OC, especially going into that last fight, might have enabled them to do something a little more, but did not happen in this situation. We watched QUINNIPIAC just find their opening to get into the backline, absolutely ignore Cork, get 3, and win the game. So yeah, even if Ryder was able to push that last point or that first point, I'm not sure how far they would have made it, because at the end of the day, their time bank was severely down in comparison.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, they probably only had what, like maybe 2 minutes or something going into the second point. So yeah, it wasn't looking the best after that first point. Regardless,
but it is
you look really good on the.
It is
Oh, yeah,
escort, so
sorry.
it is escort, so they would have gotten time anyway. But
Yeah,
they would still have to push all the way. QU looking like what?
I was gonna say, yeah, Q looking really good on the Junker Queen comp. And yeah, Bob Ross, I mean, for what we've seen, ISO has had his number a bit, but Bob Ross has been doing pretty well.
Diva. Oh, Diva.
Ooh.
What the heck?
The ban on town. So Cork opting to ban the Curie. I wonder what this is gonna leave, because obviously, Curie played a lot with Lucio, but I feel like we don't really see Lucio played much without Curie. So maybe we could be heading into Juno territory.
Bring
maybe,
us the cat.
yeah, or Jetpack Cat. We could be heading into more of like maybe like a Wu Yang type of comp, or a like Ana Wu Yang maybe, or maybe some Bab or Juno. Yeah, because Curie really gels well with Lucio. And I don't think Lucio gels. I mean, he obviously gels with Bap and Moira, but I don't know. I think we might see some different comps this map.
Hopefully these bans open something up. I'm kind of surprised about the Diva ban. I'm surprised they didn't opt. Well, Lunar is pretty good at it, but surprised they didn't just want to take out the Junker Queen, just absolutely eliminate Quirk essentially. But something scary about Quirk's Diva? I don't know. I genuinely don't, but I have seen Quirk be good on it. I know he looks for my praise when it comes to his Diva. I've seen some good plays there, but it's not like that's his. And let's bring the funny joke back on Midtown. It's not his signature. But
Oh, the bans are wrong.
God,
The bans are wrong again.
he didn't even
Ranger.
change them. He didn't change them.
Yeah,
Just don't pick.
the bans were wrong again.
But like, if somebody wanted Domina / Wu Yang, like, it's not just don't pick. But yeah, fair enough. Zom echoing my sentiment about like, if we forget the bans, just don't pick them. But the problem was, like we said, Domina and Wu Yang were still off in case somebody wanted those two. But yeah, coming into the third map, we are gonna be are we gonna take a quick bathroom break? What's it called? Coming into the third map, we are gonna be seeing QUINNIPIAC lead the series 2-0 right now, having a bit of a more even time on what's it
His
called?
bladder is micro. I'm sorry.
Having a bit of a more even match on Lijiang Tower. We saw Ryder kind of have a decent opening, but taper off at the end and fall to QUINNIPIAC there. QUINNIPIAC having an absolutely dominating performance on Shambali, basically full holding Ryder University, and they actually had a full push with like a minute 30 to spare, like a minute 13 or a minute 30 to spare. So QU kind of running away with this series right now, looking to do the same on Midtown. But at the end of the day, Ryder is choosing these maps for a purpose. They're choosing their bans for reasons. I'm unsure of them, but they exist. Banning out the Curie is kind of interesting because I know Chunky is kind of playing Curie recently, and by banning that, what does that kind of default him away to?
Yeah, I mean, we have seen Chunky play some. I think we did see him on Ana, and I don't remember who it was against, but I did remember seeing him on Ana, so he could perhaps pull that out. I think we saw QU hovering the Ana as well.
The most hit scan of the characters, of the supports, Ana would make sense
Yeah,
for Chunky.
or Alari. Or Alari.
Yeah, Alari actually kind of works well in Midtown, especially. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can see that come out. But yeah,
It's funny what they're talking about in yeah, the funny conversations for sure.
Ooh.
Oh, you got a sub from Vic the Fire Ranger?
I know. I have a
don't know if
thing,
it was a-
I have a thing that activates. I got money eyes right now. Thank you for this.
Shout out Vic.
Thanks, Vic. You couldn't be here for the game, but you can be here for this stream. I need less ads.
That is true. I do. You know what, Ranger? I might start using my Prime on you. I currently
thanks.
use it. Listen, I currently use it on someone that streams Dead by Daylight, but I could very well use that for you as well. I could alternate.
I will say,
So-
I will say, the money is nice, and I appreciate it from everyone. But whatever money I get from ads and also your subscribes, I think I'm gonna put into like making cookies for the land. So just know the money's coming back to y'all in one way or another.
Aww,
So I appreciate it.
that's so nice.
Think you can keep up?
But yeah, I still owe Event a special batch for answering the random question I had during the Player Choice Award last year. But I will make cookies for as many people as I can.
Aw, that'll be fun. But yeah, as I mentioned, Alari, looks like we're gonna be seeing Mango Shark on the Alari. I do know that that is a character he really likes playing. So yeah, an Alari here on Midtown, like we said, is pretty good. And yeah, we are gonna be seeing Chunky on Ana. I do remember seeing him on Ana a little bit. So yeah, we'll see how this works out.
Sombra is omniscient.
Sombra's
Bob Ross.
interesting here.
Bob Ross, Widowmaker. So I'm just gonna be watching Omniscient for a little bit as he is gonna be going on to Eve. Eve basically has no reaction until he's already dead. But that kill is gonna come through and Lunar is gonna get corked and Mango Shark is gonna get a third. So right now, QU basically up and just get the team kill. There it is.
Yep. There's the hack from QU. Good hack coming in from Omniscient early on to everyone getting that takedown real early. And you know what I was gonna originally say, like this comp with the Jungle Queen, like Sombra Widow isn't something that you would think, you know, to be played along with the Jungle Queen, but you know, with Omniscient just getting a hack early on, it just opened it up.
5 minutes and 30 seconds already remain on the clock, and they're already moving into second phase. Is kind of aggressive. Chunky getting dangerously low. Oh, but Omniscient is going to get slept and taken out this time. Corked, it was left alone to fend for himself, but he does play the wall perfectly to keep himself alive for quite long enough, but now he is going to get taken out. Nade come through, and yeah, Sogu with the so good nade just takes him out. Bob Ross popping off.
So
Eve does Listen.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, leave me alone. I have to say some things once in a while, but yeah.
Yeah.
Rider University just does not have a good footing for this game right now. It feels like right now ISO just trying to
ISO wanna
be a menace.
blank right now, looks like. Yeah.
Oh my god, QU.
Ultim coming in does get Lunar.
Lunar takes one look.
Oh, here comes.
But what's it called?
Oh, what a captive son. He's gonna be looking for. Oh.
He's getting the chain kills. The chain
Yeah.
kills up, and they're all gonna. And there's another one.
Oh.
And Chunky's the only one that actually wins the fight, but Chunky is gonna be the last one as the point gets rolled in. 5 minutes and 48 seconds
Yeah.
on the clock.
Oh. Yeah, I know what is right of that bang Curie, but yeah, without that Curie, that captive son will just decimate anyone that it hits, and I guess it didn't help that Ryder were all kind of snudged into that room, so that just kind of made it easy for Mango Shark to get a bullet in there and just shift and get a lot of takedowns.
I will say, Bob Ross is just in a 1v1 with ISO trying to challenge this fight. It's kind of interesting.
The mission's getting on it too.
But now ISO's jumping out.
Oh yeah, has to recall.
What was I gonna say? I like how Ryder kind of opened up that fight onto Lunar. Lunar had to turn towards ISO, who's in the backline. As soon as that happened, he just gets pitched on. Everybody from Ryder runs in on top of him. But then that's exactly when the Captive Sun came in. Everybody ran in and got the kill for Lunar. But then Mango Shark came in with a giant sun that just blew him up. And Jesus Christ, I'm not even sure if like Ryder wants to do their attack with the way things are going at this point in time.
Yeah, and Omniscient's gonna have EMP here, so all these ults might not even matter for Ryder if he lands a big EMP here.
And he's gonna go in 3, 2, 1. He's gonna get
Oh.
one. He's gonna get 2. He's gonna hack like 3 of them in the process, but he only gets 2 that are in immediate view. Make it 3, and everybody goes down eventually. Stop the payload. ISO in the back line. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remain on the clock for QUINNIPIAC. So I'm unsure really about how much Ryder is going to be able to do with like how much they've been struggling. They would have to basically go flawless for this fight. Just like echoing the same sentiment like between Marist and Niagara yesterday, where like even if Ryder goes perfect in this, I think there was only one point in time, and this was moving into the second point, where the cart got hung up even for like just maybe 6 seconds at most. So like even if Ryder goes perfect, there's no time. There's like every flaw is
Ryder
just
gonna have to have a
on them at this point in time. It's very bad. And I don't mean to like say like just quit guys, but like geez, like this is a difficult fight suddenly. I'm curious what happened. Either Ryder lost their footing, especially from their first point, where QUINNIPIAC found their groove and just they're absolutely rolling. Because I will say, Bob Ross, I mean this with all due respect, kind of sucked on Onron, but then switched. Hasn't been bad since. Hasn't let up. So
yeah.
just don't. So for Ryder's,
Yeah, no, and
Ryder's sake, switch
Yeah.
back to Onron. Oh, scrap! As
Oh,
Bob Ross
but-
gets
oh,
absolutely
yeah.
obliterated.
I wonder how did. I wonder how Eve got that rail shot so quickly, because that was like right out of spawn. It looked like.
I think Chunky
So-
actually helped him, and the railgun was probably not loaded fully. It just was enough to finish him off. And right now, Ryder's actually going to be running
Yeah.
over QUINNIPIAC early on. Mango Shark is going to actually slow down this push right away, as he is going to be getting a kill. ISO is going to help with the tank, but Mango Shark is left alone in the backline. But Lunar actually is going to get the better of Court, and Ryder was in such a good position to do something.
Yeah.
But then it just went all against them.
Yeah, both DPS, I believe, being down for QU, and QU still able to hold on to the great pick coming from Mango Shark, and Lunar being alive made that very winnable for QU. And yeah, it's gonna, with this pylon especially, it could be hard for Ryder now to break through here. But Lunar does get taken down weak, does get weak a little bit, does have to back off. Oh yeah. Bob Ross not getting a pick on Eve, Court going down again. Yeah, QU look in pretty firm control here. I will say Chunky will have a nano boost, so if he gets the perk where the oh my god, what is it? The nano speed boost. This could open it up for Ryder because QU don't really have a defensive support ult. So I do think Ryder could definitely break through this first point eventually with the rampage.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Mango Shark's ultimate is defensive. If you kill the enemy team, you don't. That's your defense.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. If you do kill the enemy team, you won't need the healing because don't be anyone left alive to do damage.
Oh, Cork is gonna get caught out, slapped and put down to the ground. Omniscient is gonna get the kill. Bob Ross is gonna clean up on Junkie. Bob Ross again. Looking for these kills.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Bob
the
Ross.
heck? Can you calm down, sir? Hoppy Bear was
Yeah.
your point of view, and he did like a little backward C and got the kill onto Hoppy as Hoppy rolled in through his crosshairs. That's crazy. Oh,
You know, Bob Ross getting a lot of headshots there.
Bob Ross goes down.
Does get taken down at the end, and this could be the opening that Ryder needed. They're gonna have a nano and the rampage here.
But Mango Shark does have his ultimate, and we saw how successful it was last time.
Here it goes.
Oh,
Here it comes. How many does he get? He gets. Oh, what a sleep from Chunky!
Chunky
But
does get the
Chunky
sleep.
still gets taken down.
Only the Captive Sun only really connects with Chunky and enables him to get blown up. But right now, Bob Ross is gonna try to help his team get the kill. And right now, a minute remains for Ryder University to try to get this win. Oh, almost taking out the head of Eve. It does just miss Bob Ross. Not going to be ideal. Cork is going to be going into the back line with that ultimate to try to get the kills. And right
Does get nanoed.
the nano does come through. It does help him get one. It helps him get two. They're looking for another, but Bob is on the field. It makes it back. He takes away one, but Cork is going to get taken out. And right now, this ends for the side of QU as the railgun is going to come through. Lunar is going to be rolling up onto Eve.
Oh,
and
here
they're
we
gonna
go.
be looking for the kills. Ryder University opening up this point finally. But, like, I'm not sure if denial touches will come through from the side of QU. They don't want to go into the next point, though, it seems. So they might try to touch at the last second.
I don't think.
Nah, they're going to give it up. They're just going to play for second point.
Yeah.
But yeah, good job, Ryder University, to finally break that opening. I think Bob Ross got a little funny with it, trying to go for some cheeky plays, got caught out, and then Cork went aggro with the ultimate, and then the nano came through and he opened up that entire fight. And right now, Lunar
Getting
actually
taken
gets
out by
Eve.
Lunar.
I like how we said
And
that
Lunar
just
being-
both reversed.
Yeah, that was.
Hoppy just
Hoppy
hopping
getting-
around
yeah.
in front of, behind the cart and getting taken out. Chunky in a bit of a dangerous
Chunky's
spot.
1 HP.
He
Yeah, wow,
saw,
Chunky.
he heard the shot from Lunar and knew, like, oh god, if I get hit, because he only had 15 HP, like 2 straight bullets and he's gone. So he, as soon as the shot
Yeah.
came through and did not hit him, he knew he had the heal, so he threw the nade at his feet. But yeah, Ryder, really looking for it. They're kind of fit. Oh, and Cork just goes in, gets naded, gets slapped, just gets put down immediately. And Lunar is going to be finding E, is going to be finding Cork. ISO is actually going to be finding Bob Ross in the back line. And right now, I think ISO is going to be looking for the funny camp, possibly? No, he's not.
Yeah, I think. Oh no, yeah. I do believe, I wonder if QU are, yeah, I'm sure, yeah, Zomnician and Sugo are kind of checking for ISO, it looks like. Bob Ross is putting down the Venom Mine spot, that is where ISO is. Oh!
And
They do see each other.
but who's gonna get the better of each other? Bob Ross is gonna not get the better of ISO. ISO's gonna get one. Eve is actually gonna get Lunar off on the side while we were watching Bob Ross get taken out. Cork is gonna get another Mango Shark. He's trying his best. Who's gonna win, Alari or Joker Queen at the end of the day? And
Yeah.
Joker Queen does get the better of him. Bob Ross could get, ooh, but the fadeaway knife from Cork gets omniscient, and Bob Ross was one good headshot. Oh yeah, W knife. Bob Ross was one headshot away from taking out Cork. 225 HP is all he had, and he missed to save his teammate. But W knife from the W knife in the chat comes through. Good sportsmanship. Ultimate coming in from Cork to get these two players low. He's gonna get this. Ana is not gonna go down just yet. Actually, no. Eventually, Sogu does go down. And right now, Captain Sun is gonna enable.
Oh, looks like Ryder are gonna cap.
Ryder is gonna run it in, but Bob Ross is gonna be there to deny for now. Mango Shark's gonna deny just for a little bit longer. 3 members for the side of Quinny do respawn. They are just gonna go back in TP out.
You're gonna go back in TPL, and this is looking good for Ryder. They do have 2 minutes to work with here, so they are gonna have to finish with at least 0.1 seconds in the time bank if they want to have a chance to win this map. So QU will be looking to try and stall this out for the next minute and a half. There aren't gonna be many ults on the board here, but Ryder, Eve will have the OC, and there really isn't anything on QU to stop Eve other than, you know, Widow headshotting. So yeah, Eve can light it up here.
ISO looking for the util out of this side of QU. They do get the shout from Lunar, which would have put them up at an advantage, I think. Ryder likes to play that shout advantage, but just backs up and gets healed up, and it meant nothing at the end of the day, giving them enough time to regroup and look for the kills. Chunky opting in for that crit shot. I'm not sure. I see Ana's taking the crit shot more than they take the double nade bounce.
The nade bounce. Yeah.
I don't know which one's better. I'm more for the healing.
I like the crit because even though you're not going to be hitting crits every shot, when you do hit a crit, it is more threatening, I think.
It is devastating.
Yeah, that's what I normally take. Bob Ross is doing a little funny right now.
And he is
Does
actually
get taken down. Yeah. QU might have to give the position, but Chunky getting taken down, that will even up the fight for the time being.
Mango Shark gonna be cut in this corner. ISO and Hoppy looking to cut him down, and they do just that. But Ryder actually needs to get this point in if they want any hope of possibly going for a win on this round, because at this point in time, with the denial of
it's only drawable.
It's only drawable, no matter what they do, if they can get this point in. But they do still have to get this point in. Cork does get the kill. They are looking for Soku, who does have this Ana ultimate intel. They are going to be sending it out. It keeps them alive just for a little bit longer, but is it going to really keep Mango Shark alive? Mango Shark is going to be looking for the kill. He's going to be looking to light up the feed. He gets one, but it's not going to be enough. Zomnician is here, but the Nano comes in for Cork, and he is going to be taking out Zom.
Oh my god.
And Ryder is in drawable position, but that's the problem. They need to hold out 33% for 4 minutes.
4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, the fact that QU almost won that fight at the end is crazy. Absolutely crazy. The Nano Captive Sun, along with Bob Ross getting, I think he got like 2 or 3 picks that fight, almost brought that back for QU, not even needing to do this overtime attack, but Ryder does get it over in the end. And yeah, like you said, Ryder gonna have to hold this for over the amount of time that you normally have to cap the entire point, only for 1 tick here. So yeah, if Ryder pull this off, I think it'll be one of the greatest things we've seen in the MAAC since we've been playing Ranger. I'm not even since we've been playing.
This is gonna be one of the hardest holds of the MAAC.
Yeah,
I think the only thing that compares is when 2 teams went back and forth trying to like speed run a map, because for some reason they just did that.
Yeah.
I remember going on Numbani and finishing out with like 4 minutes and 58 seconds once, and then we lost that to like 4 minutes and like 48 seconds. Ooh, it was a back and forth like crazy. So much time, but I digress. Right now, Ryder having to hold back. They usually like to posture up close and try to hold as best they can. You can play this slow. They really do not need to do anything crazy. They just need to find one kill and open out. But Cork is in this corner with low HP and a dream. A dream is to win this game and send us to a map 4 at least. And we are going to be looking. They are on point. They do need to touch. Don't let this through. Do not C9. Fellas, Hoppy does need to go. But the problem is everybody falls in the process. And right now, ISO is the only one to touch. And QUINNIPIAC.
Yeah, that's gonna.
And QUINNIPIAC, what was that, in 40 seconds, is going to close out the final point of Midtown and take the series 3-0.
Yeah, no, pretty, very dominant, showing from Q. Outside of that first round that they did some, on-run testing a little bit. But,
Limit testing with the on-run is crazy.
Yeah. Definitely some limit testing, with that character at the start. But yeah, no, look, good showing from QU.
I actually was expecting, like, just because of that first round, I'm just confused, like, where things changed outside of the on round. Outside of Bob Ross turning on, it did feel like, unless the Bob Ross is really like the major factor in what caused Ryder to falter in this entire situation. No interview today, but for the most part, yeah, I think QUINNIPIAC just had a good showing, especially after that first round. Just, it's nuts to think that for a second, just from like Ryder showing and like how it felt QUINNIPIAC was on that first map. And I mean this with all due respect, it felt like we were going for a Ryder win right off the gate.
Yeah.
Because it felt like, it kind of felt QUINNIPIAC was a little bit sloppy. They were a little bit like, they just got caught out and they just weren't playing it right. And then they said, all right, first round, it's whatever. It's control. We go again. Next map, Lijiang, control center, bada bing, they held it down. Then they went to night market. Then they absolutely ran away with it. So, kind of just turned my opinion around so quickly. At that point, I think QU was running away with my head. Like I did say, I did come into this hoping for map 4 originally, but QU proving me like, hey, that's nonsense. Let's make it a 3-0 real quick. So, good job there. I guess we could really, like, in all due respect, I think we could speedrun our QUINNIPIAC / Ryder MVPs, because Bob Ross, I think, is just going to take it away from both of us, because showing up as an emergency sub and absolutely just lighting up the feed outside of the on-run pick in map 1, like, I think he is like one of the major factors. Like, sure, I think in some of the duels he struggled with ISO. I think it was mainly like a 2-1 ratio of like who would win against who. ISO actually getting the better of Bob Ross in Midtown especially. So, but at the end of the day, it is a team game. The rest of QUINNIPIAC holding it down, even though Bob Ross was kind of losing on a lot of those fights in Midtown. That first railgun shot from Eve, that one instance, was kind of crazy. But other than that, QUINNIPIAC just doing good. But for Ryder, who's your MVP gonna be? Because I'm wondering.
For Ryder, I'm gonna give it to Hoppy. Actually, I think Hoppy on the Lucio has gotten a lot better. I do think the sound barriers were much better today than I think I've seen them since they've been starting to play. I do think there were a lot of sound barriers that negated Luna's Junker Queen ults. So I do think the sound barriers and the sound barrier timings were really great from Hoppy, and just seeing a lot of improvement from Hoppy and Eve overall has been really good. So honestly, I would probably give it to like both of them, but yeah, I just chose Hoppy because I think the sound barriers were better overall from what we've seen. And yeah, QU, I know you said Bob Ross right for both of us, but yeah, Bob Ross coming in, coming in on I think short. I think relatively short notice, and yeah, playing really well on the Widow and the Genji in particular.
Yeah. For Ryder, I will also echo that sentiment for Hoppy. I did say I think it might have been last week or a previous week, but Hoppy's just general improvement. I felt like this week's beats were way better than even say last week for everything, but for the most part, his like, and my one constructive criticism, it just feels like if he gets caught out, I think he needs to improve his Lucio movement. And like once he gets, but seeing like how fast he accelerated with his beats, that's probably a next week thing we'll see. So I do hope to continue the Lucio improvement even like week to week. So like although yes, we do have players like Chunky, Corked, and ISO on this team, you cannot understate the improvement coming in from this player. So
Yeah,
I feel like
this was 100% not the Ryder team we saw. What was it? Against Niagara 2 weeks ago. This was
Yeah.
not. This was not that team.
Yeah.
Definitely not that team.
They've already improved tremendously. But yeah, Hoppy is going to be in our eye for future games in general. So I think he might be getting MVP, but just because of his growth like crazy. And we're going to continue saying that. So Hoppy, we encourage you to continue your growth. And for now, you get both our MVPs as well.
Yeah.
Any final things you would like to say, Firewolf?
GG's great. Great improvement from Ryder, and yeah, great showing from QU. Showing that they are looking to take #1 in the MAAC. I mean, I think today's match was a great show, definitely a great showing. And in comparison to them and some of the other top teams, we'll see what they can do.
Looking forward to seeing what QU has to offer, especially coming into these next games for them, or just looking to see how they fare against Marist and Mount at some point. They somehow dodged a bullet there from last semester, so we're going to see how they perform. But right now, that top 3 spot is looking to be hotly contested by no longer Rider University, but it is looking to be contested by Marist, Quinnipiac, and Mount St. Mary's. So QU, looking forward to seeing how you guys perform, because today you guys toppled the second place team with a big quick 3-0 victory. And yeah, it was kind of good. Ryder is looking to essentially like restructure and rebuild, but I still have faith with the way they grow over this time. At this point in time, I think they really sadly have to say, like, it doesn't matter where you finish in the regular season, because I do hope that they bring their best A game into LAN, but it does look like they're going to be dropping from that second place position during the regular season. But
LAN does often bring out the best, can bring out the best in teams. So
yeah, it does always. So don't be discouraged. We look forward to seeing how you guys perform there. But yeah, you might have lost your spot for now. Quinnipiac and Marist are looking to overshadow you, but actually Ryder still has to go up against Marist to see if they even drop out of that top 3 spot. But like,
yeah, they could very well win that.
They could. So that will actually truly determine who's still fighting for the top 3. So look forward to that. I think in 2 weeks, as I think Ryder's up against Fairfield next week.
That'll be a good test for Fairfield, I think, too.
I also need to see when that is and schedule that. But for now,
hopefully it's not another 10 o'clock.
I think that's strictly a Niagara thing, and they have a bye week, so no 10 next week.
No 10s
I
next week.
think Marist and Niagara have bye week, so I don't know if any other. I don't know if Iona or Mount want to invite me to whatever game they're doing, or if they have.
I do know QU. I believe QU are playing Mount next week.
Ooh.
So that could potentially be one we do.
Let me know, guys. I would like to cast whatever. I will say just now, if you guys are still watching, I am unavailable next Friday and Saturday. But other than that, let me know when you guys plan on playing, and I will see if I could cast it. But until then, once again, Quinnipiac, clear this series 3-0 against Rider University. Rider University is still having a good showing, as like they are still like rebuilding from the loss of their 2 supports. Cork did not have internet diff this time, so it really is just their new players trying to do good, but at the same time they are showing promise. I like to see what they have to offer in the coming up weeks. But for now, Quinnipiac will be taking the win. Yeah, that's gonna do it for us here on the cast for tonight. I have no idea when the next schedule is, so just keep an eye out on your notifications if you follow me, and or keep an eye out in the MAAC server where I announce the games. But until then, I guess good night for us from the cast.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling,